Hello, hello, hello. Hope all is well. This is Ken from the Rug Detective Show. We're coming to you with another one. So we're here to obviously feed our familia. It's been absolutely phenomenal over the last few days. I do apologize in terms of the reviews. I've been slacking slightly. There's just been a lot going on within our community, all positive, really trying to put everything in place so we can be prepared for the next few months of this phenomenal bull run. So let's get straight to today. Just to make sure, if you're not aware, please, in the description, go to the Rug Detectives checklist. There's a link. Make sure you download this link. It'll give you a free checklist that you can be able to go through all the specific areas before you decide to enter any trade in the crypto space. Essentially, it's really trying to help you to have a trading journal, yes? So before, during, and after a position, you can be able to go through this whole process. And based on my own experience, I've seen a phenomenal, let's say, growth in terms of my understanding of the market, and also exponential returns by following and adhering to this specific structure. If you don't want to take a look at this, our community, one of our guys has literally created, Krishna has literally created this specific sheet, and this is essentially a checklist form. So it's kind of like a morphed version of the Google sheet, but in an easy, usable way to go through. So you just fill in the email address, you talk about the project, and then you go through the specific details. Yes, it will help you through the whole process. So today we're going to take a look at a project called Coldstack, _IO. So it's an Uber for clouds, first to market aggregator of decentralized data storages such as Filecoin. So let's scroll down here. So what I tend to do is take a look at the Twitter just to see what's going on. 5,700 followers. So I'm always connecting the dots here with a checklist, right? So I'll look at a website, I'll take a look at on-page analysis, Twitter, Telegram, Discord, 4chan, Reddit, LinkedIn, just to really find out what's going on, and also the interaction. So what I'll also type in, so this is their specific site, and then what I'm going to do here is, let's just scroll down and see what information I've added. So you have here, which was April the 16th, a few days ago, they added a Medium post in terms of their plans for the governance and to essentially make their platform truly decentralized. Fine, Medium. So I will open up that Medium. So this is the let's say the research I have to do. Go reading articles, reading Medium. Take a look at their YouTube channel. Going on their website. You spend a lot of time to go through these projects before you even decide to reach out to a team member, a CTO, CEO, CFO, to really then ask questions based on the information you've derived from the specific spreadsheet. Make sense? Okay, let's continue. Okay, so we've got that. Let's go down here. It says here, compare and contrasting different storage services. How do they all stack up, and how does Coldstack fit in? Cool. So we want to have an understanding of what their USP is. Is there really a market? Because Filecoin was around for a while, didn't do so well, but it's a storage. So what are they really providing that's going to ensure that they stand out? And why would a project, and I presume this is like a B2B type model, a business to business, why would a project require their services? So let's go. Okay, they're doing AMAs. I also like to see what the interaction's like. So based on 5,000 followers, a few days ago, they have 2 comments, 1 retweet, 11 likes. So is that, okay, so you've got one here, which is a few days ago, which is quite interesting. You have more likes here. So I like to then take a look at what people say. If something were to happen to Coldstack, will we be able to still access our file? Still good. So these are interesting questions people are asking. Okay, so where's the location? We obviously know in terms of cloud storage with AWS and so on and so forth. So what are they providing that AWS will not provide? Is it a decentralized? Yes, it is. But what happens if, for example, all of the data that we have is lost? Where's accountability? Is there a way to retrieve it, right? So these are the questions I will essentially add. If I don't find it on the website, I'll basically add this to here, extra information. And then I'll add here maybe like questions, whether not the disadvantages, but maybe cause like concerns or questions to ask. So, and then I go back up. So this is what I tend to do. because I'm actually utilizing information from the existing audience that are not biased towards this specific project. People are asking valuable, valid questions. So it says Coldstack's proud to announce a partnership on the biggest and most long-standing networks, BitTorrent. Okay, so they've got. So then I'll then take a look at them, read the Medium article. I'll then go through the information. So they're really trying to align themselves with well-known entities in their space rather than as a competitor, but really providing this collaboration that's taken place. So I'm reading through just to see what information people are asking about. Where can I buy? What's the symbol? Great news. Okay, so these things also help in terms of brand awareness. So if they can get, and this is a recommendation, if they can also get BitTorrent to also make a press release. So I'm going to scroll down to see if they also did the same thing. So it's a two-sided relationship, right? Because sometimes when you have a smaller entity that are looking for a partnership with a larger, you don't get, in this scenario, BitTorrent that would essentially say, yes, we have a relationship with Coldstack. So I'm scrolling down. I haven't seen anything thus far. Okay, so these are the information I'll go through. Fine. So then what I'm going to do here, let's pop along to the website. So here, Decentralized Cloud Aggregator, live demo. This is good because obviously what I like to see here, if you go to the checklist under the section of where it says whether the product is an MVP or not here. So just zoom out slightly. Okay, so you should be able to see a product. So they have a demo. So the demo could be of a product on testnet, on the mainnet. So these are questions that we'll need to ask. So what I'm essentially doing is saying, okay, that's fantastic. If I click on this link, where does it go? Okay, so it takes me to Rinkeby testnet. Very good. So drag and drop here, browse files, okay. So you have the ID. Where does the ID actually go to? So go to here, demo. So this is a live demo. You can upload, download any files up to 3 GB in size. Service will charge. So okay, so you've got a file name, you've got information, that's fine. What I would also like to see on their site, now I'm quite fond of this, I'd actually like to see a video. You know, show us and explain a video of 60 seconds showing this information. So they're now also Aggregator, they're supporting built-in options to tokenize any uploaded file. Okay, so they're providing support for this. We know that this is the trend right now, designed for DeFi. You also need to understand what is the value add in terms of, can their USP, i.e., you know, sharing of files and storage, can it be copied in a day, for example? Can we literally just say, listen, let's just focus on copying this specific project, having a stronger brand, having a stronger marketing, and can we succeed? Because there has to be some form of uniqueness or something that will take a while. So first, leader advantage, something will take a while for a potential competitor to get up there. So everything you need in one place, fine. So they have, I guess, partners here. I do like the designs. So how does it work here? Billing node, gateway node, file node, decentralized cloud storages. So it's all interconnected. It's a store and retrieve, uses data in a stack of clouds via unified data. They use an API for that. 100% compatible with Amazon. We'll publish open source library. 3 types of nodes, file node, okay. Due to the ETH high transaction price and latency, we use Polkadot Parachain for transactional billing. Okay. Always there's going to be a concern with cost. I would actually like some information in terms of security. Good. 100% secured and privacy. 100% security and privacy with a blockchain-based cloud architecture. All the users are anonymous. All the data is encrypted. Okay. So we need to know what is the backstop in case something happens. And what's the downtime as well. So So anyways, clears resonate. Let's see where they are along the roadmap. Integration, proof of concept. So we are now the first quarter. Well, actually the second quarter. Time flies, incredible. So second quarter here. So they've done integration of Filecoin, storage, launch of private beta, minimal goods. So they've got MVP. I like this. I like to see MVPs. Implement blockchain integration to provide them feed for marketplace. Then they're working on decentralized storages, launched the beta version of the MVP, ETH mainnet, extended data storage features. I'll be interested to see if there's some form of interoperability between what they're doing, like cross-chain, because I know they're overcoming it with Polkadot in terms of the billing transactions. However, we've seen a massive adoption. Okay, here it is. Implementation of Binance. Good. So this is what they have planned. They have this planned in the third quarter. The question is the market is moving extremely fast. We're now seeing in terms of a massive adoption of Solana-based projects. So when you're behind the curve by a few months, what is going to happen? We don't know what's going to happen in the third quarter, right? So around June, July, what's going to happen with BSC? What's going to happen with EOS? We don't know. So it's fair enough to plan, but could you be planning ahead with adding Solana to it, for example? I don't know. These are just things to look at. So team, fine. So they have a doxed team, which is fantastic. Gives information. I like to see this information here. So if I click on this link, I hope this link actually opens a new tab, which it does. Well done. So it goes into a new tab, and then we want to see the connection here. CEO and founder at Cloudzilla Network. Okay, so basically present. So he's still full-time. So he's still full-time at Prometheus Labs, and also so he's a CPO there, and also full-time here. So it's clear that a lot of people work on two different projects, but I believe that if you really focus on something, just focus on the one, you know, or try and do this like one part-time and start focusing on where you want to build, if that makes sense. So these are just questions to ask. Maybe he has a plan once they're listed to go full-time, but I'm just a huge proponent of a jack of all trades is a master of none. Don't focus on too many projects because it will not work. Okay, so we have the same guy from Big Data Mining, from his other, well, the other project they have, they're also there, but he left and now he's full-time here. Okay, so at least you've got the CTO doing this full-time. And what I like to see, they've updated their LinkedIn profile, so that's positive. Then you have here, so what's interesting, they all worked at similar companies before. So this guy is at full-time Coldstack, fine. So that's good. That's kind of ticked off in terms of doxed team, extreme experience. This guy from AWS, West, Azure, and so on and so forth. So they seem to know what they're doing. Then you've got investment partnerships, chief operating officer. So essentially what they've done is kind of like brought all of the people from their existing projects or company they're working for and over to this new project. So I guess the transition period would probably be seamless. The questions I have is the space, the storage space. Is this an area where there's going to be some real growth in? And will there be an opportunity whereby they could start taking a line share? I would like to see something unique, so I'll spend some time to go through the demo, which is really important. Governance, okay, so then I look at Twitter to see what's going on. Fine. This project is not telling me like, wow, absolutely amazing, but you don't have to have these absolutely amazing projects to really succeed, right? If they're in the space. I would have loved if they had initially started to build this on Solana and started to connect all of the various projects on their stack. So i.e. having a relationship with Solana that they could be the go-to API for all projects that's built on their stack. And then obviously you don't need to then go via Polkadot for the billing node, you can just utilize Solana for that, right? And then you're starting to scale, and then you can then start moving towards other aspects of blockchains. And just my views anyway. Cool. Okay, so that's that. So yeah, please make sure that you download the checklist. It's also on my Twitter and YouTube. I'm going to start doing more of this content, getting back into it now, hopefully, because we're now structuring out everything in terms of the community. We are absolutely flying. FOMO Lab is absolutely flying. Walt Finance, BSC Starter. There's so many projects we're on. We're now building out everything internally in terms of, we have about 250 so far. Let's say within our community with varied skill sets. RD auditors, absolutely flying in terms of the projects we're auditing now. We're now building out the whole allocation aspect. So there's a lot going on. Anyway, hope all is well. Have a fantastic Sunday, and I'll be back with you with another one.